everyone, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be recommending fantasy books. So this is the first recommendations video specifically on genres. I know I did the one that's about books to read on a snowy day, and the ones are like if you like this and you like that, but I decided to go specific on a genre that people would like. I want to start off with fantasy because that's one of my favorite genres, and I would like to recommend some of the fantasy books that I like. Just so you know, there's going to be some retellings in this list, and you're probably going to be like, Jordan, why are you putting retellings in a fantasy list if you should do specifically on retellings? It's because they're in a fantasy genre. I just thought I would recommend them anyway, but I will do specifically on retellings in the future on my channel. I just don't know when, so let's get started. The first book I'm recommending is Last in a Book by Jennifer Donnelly. This is a Beauty and the Beast story that kind of takes place after the wolf attack. If you watch Disney's Beauty and the Beast in 1991 or the newest version, I honestly think people should read this because, like, if you know the characters really well, and if Beauty and the Beast is your favorite Disney movie, I could recommend this book to them, or anybody who likes Disney in general. I also would recommend it as well. I mean, also look at this cover. It's beautiful. It's like looking at an actual painting. So I really enjoy it. It was one of my I think it was on my top 10 readings list of 2017 last year. I'm pretty sure it is, so I definitely enjoy it, and I recommend this to anybody. The next book I'm recommending is Frostblood by Ellie Blake. It's about this girl who's a fireblood, but technically for her being a fireblood is illegal, and the world is but the world was ruled by Frostbloods, and there are some rebels that are helping her to kill the king, the Frost King. I enjoy this, even though it took me long to read it. I'm just glad I didn't give up on it. But I just love it because it reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and that's what made me love the book so much. And plus, and I know some people would say this book is like a reminder of other books that they read, but I think it's worth to read. Plus, it became one of my favorite fantasy books, and I can't wait to read Fireblood as well as Nightblood. The next book I'm recommending is Daughter of the Pirate King by Teresa Levenseller. It's about this girl who's a daughter of a pirate king, obviously, and then she later gets herself captured by enemy pirates. I thought it was a really good book, and it grabbed me by surprise, is because not only, like, I never read a book about pirates before besides Treasure Island. That's a whole different story, but she, Aloza, I think how you pronounce the main character's name, but she's just such an amazing main character, and I just love the book because of the characters and how unique they are, besides that they're pirates. And I would recommend this book to anybody who likes a pirate story or a book that is different than any other books. The next book I'm recommending is Firelight by Sophie Jordan. I think it's Sophie Jordan. Yeah, it's Sophie Jordan. And it's about this girl who is a dragon shapeshifter, and she ends up falling in love with the guy who's the hunter of her kind. I just love this book because, like, I compare this to Twilight, but this is better than Twilight, to be honest. It's like a forbidden love story, yes, but it's about a girl who transforms herself into a dragon and vice versa, and she falls in love with the enemy. I just think that's something that's, like, I don't know how to describe it, but I just love this book so much. And plus it's different because it deals with dragons, and if you like a good dragon book, I definitely would recommend this. Plus, this is underrated. I don't think anybody on BookTube has read this or talked about this book, so I definitely would recommend it. The next book I'm recommending is The Beast Within by Selena Valentino. I think that's the author's name. Let me see. Valentino. And this is one of the Disney villains books. This is about the Beast perspective of being a beast, and I have The Evil Queen from Snow White. I have not read that yet by Will, and there's the one about Ursula, and the newest one that came out last year was Maleficent. I definitely, again, I would recommend this to anybody who loves Beauty and the Beast and would like a good book that's like who likes Disney. Plus, if you can see it, there's the Beast and there's a prince. That's why I like this book on hardcover, just because they have a different appearance on the Just Jacket and the hardcover. But again, I would recommend this to anybody who loves Disney or Beauty and the Beast. Oh, before I forget, also the ones that like to see the villain's perspective of the story. The book I'm recommending is probably not a surprise to you guys, which is Everland by Wendy Spinelli. This is a Peter Pan retelling, and I just love this book so much that I can't wait to read Umberland and Ozland that's coming out, which is the last book of the series. I'm sad about it, but I'm excited to read it. But Everland is it's like a dystopian retelling of Peter Pan, but there's fantasy elements from fantasy along with it, which I also like. So I recommend this to anybody who loves Peter Pan or a good retelling. The next book that I'm recommending is technically is part of a series, which is the first book of Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. I only read the first two books, but I definitely want to continue with the series. It's a classic. I know it's unusual to have on classics on this list, but I really enjoy it, even though it's for kids. But I think anybody should read it. It's like Harry Potter, and if an adult can read Harry Potter, I think they should. I say the same thing about Chronicles of Narnia, just because the Chronicles of Narnia would remind you of your childhood and the magical world of it, and I just recommend this to anybody who loves classics plus a good fantasy series. The next book I'm recommending is Hunted by Megan Spooner. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and of course everybody knows it, but I listened to this on audiobook and I really enjoy it. It's really interesting to listen on audiobook because the first part of the chapter is actually like a diary entry of the Beast, as you can see here, and then the chapters goes on by Yeva's perspective, which is Beauty in this one, and I just like how they balance both perspectives in this story. I don't think it's ever like that. As I read, it's not like other Beauty and the Beast retelling that's telling both main characters' perspectives, plus it's like reading the original fairy tale of Beauty and the Beast, so I definitely would recommend this, even though I'm a big Beauty and the Beast fan. And I'm a fan of Peter Pan too, but you get it. The next book I'm recommending is Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin. This is a fantasy book that is it's like a Harry Potter book before Harry Potter was a thing, but the world is so different from Harry Potter that it's like, I enjoy it because I had to read this for my adolescent literature class, and I didn't know what I was expecting going into it, but I really enjoyed it, and since the author passed away this year, I want to read the other books in the series, so this will encourage me to read more in the series. And if you want a book that's similar to Harry Potter, I definitely would recommend this book. The last book I'm recommending is Carnival by Stephanie Garber. This is a book that is like a dark fantasy but has mystery elements to it. It's about this girl who's been wanting to get invited to Carnival for so long along with her sister, but then her sister ends up getting kidnapped and she has to find her sister. I just really enjoy the world so much that it's like you try to figure out what's been going on as you're going along, and that's the mystery element I was talking about. And I love mystery, so I love like trying to figure out who did this or like what's going on at this location. I definitely recommend this book to anybody who loves the Hunger Games or the Night Circus, even though I have not read the Night Circus, but I definitely will, and I definitely would recommend this to anybody who loves fantasy. So that's all for my fantasy book recommendations, and if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, and comment down below some of your fantasy recommendations to me, because I'm looking for more fantasies to read, and I want to hear your recommendations, whether it's a YA book or a young adult fantasy or an adult fantasy, just because I'm trying to expand my reading as I usually do. And if you want to follow me on social media, I have Facebook under Lost Reader, and I have Twitter and Instagram on Lost Reader 19, and I have Goodreads, and the link is down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!